Live on location. All right, the Faison View Podcast, man. Episode 356. Episode 356, man. We here, we live. Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. Come on now. Come on. It's too much on the agenda. It's too much going on. I know the end of the year wrap up is gonna be crazy. With Uncle Murder. Every year I feel like it can't get worse. It's something going on every single year. It's so many things to talk about today. The allegations, we got new music. You know what I'm saying? People throwing shots. It's scary hours. You know, it's scary hours. We got Snoop Dogg. That's crazy. We got the Boosie comps. Man, it's many to talk about. It's much to talk about. All right, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure you go click that like, share, subscribe button, and also comment. Hey, we going up. We going up. All right. So let's get to it. New music, man. It's scary hours. Scary hours. So, hey, immediately when you hear scary hours, it's Drake don't miss on the scary hours. All right, he don't miss on the scary hours. The first scary hours had the God's Plan. He had many more songs on there. Another one, the scary hours, he had Wants and Needs, Diplomatic Immunity. He don't miss on these scary hours. So, hey, off the break, all right, 6 for 6 off the break. You know what I'm saying? Jordan mode, 6 rings for real. Red Button. First song, Red Button, he went crazy. He went crazy. And this is the rapping bag that people say they want from Drake. And, you know, even though he does this, you know, people just want it more often. But you can never satisfy fans because when he raps a lot of people like, I want the R&B Drake. I want the new Drake, whatever the case may be. But he's spitting on this. He's flowing. Get to the second song. Come on now. To stories by my brother. Stories about my brother. And then he taking shots at Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? He talking about old rappers, say seeking validation, all this. He getting into his talk. And when he talking to this duffel bag, you know what I'm saying? Drake is one when he's also throwing out the subs, but also barring some stuff up. Another song that was great off of there is The Shoe Fits. The Shoe Fits. I'm sorry, woman. He went straight at y'all. He talked about a lot of how today era is. All right, what you doing when you press that link in that bio? All right, but you miss independent. You know what I'm saying? He's talking that talk for real. You so worried to focus about my life, but you got stuff going on in your crib. You know what I'm saying? The Shoe Fits, man. That's one of my favorite songs on there. Wick Man. It's another track where he's flowing. He's talking about of course, the Ye situation, Pusha T, about how, you know, they had the men together, and it was fake, just showing fake love and stuff like that. He kind of alludes to that in the Scary Hours as well too. Another thing that's surprising about this Scary Hours is like it's usually EP, but this one was a deluxe, so a lot of people were surprised by this on the deluxe. But for all the dogs, like I've been saying since it came out, and let it have time. This is one of them albums. Like this is a great album too as well. Don't sleep on it. I've already called it 8.59 out of 10 because if you actually listen to the album, it's fire. His music resonates better over time. We talked about that. Evil Ways, featuring J. Cole. We need that deluxe album. We need that collab album. We need that collab album between Drake and Cole. That's what we need. For real, because they've been snapping lately. First person shooter. I feel like it's the better song. I feel like the better rapping. The better rapping was in Evil Ways. So I prefer that because they were going back and forth as well. They don't have no misses. They don't have no misses. For real. From Jodeci to In the Morning, to First Person Shooter to Evil Ways, they ain't got no misses. So that song was fire. You Broke My Heart. That's the mega hit. That's the hit. Just like Wants and Needs and God's Plan in the Scary Hours, this was the hit. This is the hit. Anytime Drake alludes to his ex in the song, you know it's going crazy. Come on now, you know it's going crazy. The reason why we like Drake is because he's relatable. So a lot of these songs are relatable. This was one of them anthems. So I really like the Scary Hours. Come on now, I already knew what time it was. I already knew what time it was. Everybody been playing, talking about the daggone For All the Dogs, not exceeding expectations. you know what I'm saying, won't give the album time, but it's the Drake cycle, as I talked about before. But this was the standout for me, the greatest rapper alive, Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz, dropped Welcome to Collegrove, outstanding album. And this is not just me being biased. This is an outstanding album. From the narration to like every single song, it felt like an album. You can really listen to this album straight through. What I like about 2 Chainz on this album is he's not playing. He's going up against the GOAT, but he's not playing. And 2 Chainz, he kind of raised the bar and level of competition where Wayne really took off. You know what I'm saying? So from G6, that song is fire when it straight off of the Scene 1, narration by 50 Cent. G6 fire song. All right, the transition between Wayne and 2 Chainz. Big Diamonds, 21 Lil Wayne. When I seen that song, I was like, all right, this gonna be fire. Big Diamonds is a play off of Big Timers. Manny Fresh produced that. Fire song. And I like how Wayne, like the wordplay and flow, he come on now. He took it back to the nostalgic days with the Big Time Hot Boys type of flow. Pressure was that single. Pressure, I've been saying that's a mega hit. That's going to be a mega hit. All right, that's going to be a mega hit. That Pressure song. Long story short, that was another song that they dropped as like the double single before the album dropped. Like I said, I really like this album because 2 Chainz is bringing out the best in Wayne. A lot of people like Wayne is he's the GOAT to me. But like sometimes a lot of people question his beat selection and then where he uses auto-tune. I understand that as well too. Sometimes we want Wayne on a soulful, all right, straight to the point, boom bap beat, get to it. Because Wayne, he different when he get into that element as well too. He can do the pop songs, he can do the R&B songs, of course, but we want the straight, rap Wayne songs. So I understand where fans coming from with that. Then you go from Millions from Now to Crazy Threat. Then the Transparency song with Usher, 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne. They killed that song. A lot of people were talking about, that being Chris Brown's song. It was Chris Brown's song, and I'm a Chris Brown fan, so I did hear that song before. I did think Chris Brown did a better job. I wish they would have incorporated him in some way, but it's still a fire song. Still Usher. All right, but that's going to go into another conversation I'm going to talk about later as far as Boosie. But then, like, the rest of the track list, Oprah and Gayle, that's one of my favorite songs. They went crazy. Benny the Butcher, he been on the tail lately too. Don't forget. And Wayne did what he did on that. Wayne is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Wayne, like he's different. Shame with the Wu-Tang sample, bars, and then to the rest of the track list, they went crazy. So I don't want that to get overlooked because we know Drake dropped, but that Welcome to Collegrove, that's top tier album of this year and a great collab too. Like from literally the first song to the last song. And it was a good amount of songs because it was about 16 to 15 songs because they did an interlude and with like 50 Cent being the narrator. So that was fire. Andre 3K dropped New Blue Sun. Everybody was shocked that he was coming out with an album. We initially thought it was a rap album. I initially thought it was a rap album. And it was just like, he was like, this would have been Blue Me. All right, the flute, he using the flute. He's always been creative in that way. And Andre 3K has always been different. So I respect that about him. But I would be lying to say if I wanted to hear a rap album. Honestly, I wanted to hear a rap album, but that's me as a selfish consumer liking his music and liking Andre 3K since I've known about him and also Outkast. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing, but also like I've heard it. It's creative. You gonna hear a lot of people sampling this type of stuff, so it is good music wise. But we want the rap from him. But also he was just saying like at 47, 48 in a recent interview, like I don't want to, what I'm saying, like I don't want to just come out rapping, especially in today's world, just like hopping onto new trends. Pause. Like what I'm saying, like getting on to the new trends. Or like trying to rap how it is of today. But that's what we don't want from Andre. It's not like we saying we want that from him. It's just stay in your bag. But I get what he's saying, just content-wise. I'm in a different place in my life. I get it. I understand it. But I wanted to hear, a new album from him. But this, hey, it'll do. It'll do. There's a lot of people that are going to make instrumentals out of him as well. And then, speaking of, about music, Boosie. All right, Boosie says he will sue Rod Wave for not asking for permission to clear his sample. All right. Rod Wave recently had a song which was like bar for bar with Boosie was saying in one of his songs. Then they asked to clear it without permission, and he wants to sue. And Boosie just talked about not just strictly Rod Wave, but like how a lot of our artists, they'll just try to get over it on you, but it just depends on also who it is. Because if it was Beyonce, Drake, and Nicki Minaj, you would try to clear that sample. But like, yeah, let me get my coin too, because you profiting off about my likeness, my music, what I wrote, the work I put in to make this track, and now you putting it on your song and you're profiting it. Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I want to see my money as well too, because like I just like you feeding your family, you feeding your kids and feeding your loved ones off of that. I would want that to be me as well. You profiting off of my IP about what I've written, my music that I crafted, took time out of. So I understand what Boosie's saying. I don't think he's coming at it in a negative way. He was just saying that like, that's just business. That is the business of it. And I like that Rod Wave responded and not in a negative way, the positive way. Like, man, I mess with you, Boosie. I come bring your profits right now. So I love and respect Rod Wave, because it could have took another turn, because men have egos, especially artists, and it's just like, okay, you know what I'm saying, that could have went another way. But I respect and like that Rod Wave responded back in a positive manner, respectful manner, and just like, man, I mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can get this bag together. But I understand what Boosie is saying too, because it's just like, depending on a certain artist, other people may just want to get over, and not just specifically talking about Rod Wave, but, I wouldn't say Boosie is bitter or he should not be doing this. I just feel like that's the business of it. Like, that's what really goes on. And especially, when it comes to music and when it comes to art, it takes time for me to make this art. And when I put it out there to the masses, or just put it out there, I want to reap what I sow. I want my money in return. You know what I'm saying? I want my profit in return for my likeness, my name, and my brand. So I get that. I feel like we moved the goalpost for certain artists. Say if that was another artist, a big statue, like who's a mega artist, and they got their, their song or sample or stolen from somebody gonna have something to say, and it's gonna be an outpour or rage going on. You feel me? So I respect what Boosie said. On to music as well too. Continue music conversation is Snoop Dogg. All right, Snoop Dogg says he's giving up smoking. He also said respect his privacy in this time. Initially everybody was just in shock. But when I hear what was telling to me when he said respect my privacy, I really thought, when I hear privacy and things of that nature, is something serious going on, health concerns, whatever the case may be. And we know Snoop, like Snoop is the most popular rapper ever, you know what I'm saying? And he's honestly, for real, most marketable artist ever and rapper ever, for real, because Snoop everywhere, especially as far as him, smoking and stuff like that. That's kind of what we know Snoop for, and tie him into, other than just the music as well, and his brand. That's what his brand really is and stands for. So like I felt like it was a dope outpour, because you had other artists, and Meek Mill, Collegrove said they would stop, try to stop and things of that nature. And then Meek Mill briefly talked about how he gathered some type of like a disease, as far as like developed some type of disease as far as like him smoking and smoking some tobacco products. So like I understand the health concerns behind it too, heart disease, heart failure, brain. A lot of those things tie into it, because a lot of the addiction comes from smoking. Is not just the cannabis, it's just the tobacco. So it's like the urge to, it's like it's an addiction. It's like an addiction to tobacco, just like people with cigarettes. It's no different, or hookah. Like all those things intertwined is just not is not good for you health wise. So like over time, I understand, but he just came out just saying, I think it was a rollout. I think it was a rollout. Like he said, I think Snoop is one of the most marketable rappers and artists ever. So like I feel like it was a rollout into what he was talking about with Solo Stove. He just came out with like a little commercial clip, was in regards to like a play on words as far as like the Solo stove, smoke stove. So like I feel like that was dope, but it's weird to see, Unc Snoop, like, you know what I'm saying, not just saying sober. It's just his brand. That's kind of what we know him for. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what we know him for. So, I mean, but it's dope to him for real, for real. Like, in prayers, if it is something serious going, prayers regardless. You know what I'm saying? Prayers up regardless. So, on a serious note, like, I can't go down my timeline or TikTok, social media, any type of social media without seeing this right now. Cassie files for $30 million lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of some physical abuse, and she said rape throughout their relationship. Charges have been dropped after less than 24 hours. It was a settlement made between Diddy and Cassie Camp. So, like, a lot of people are. It's a lot of speculation, allegations out there now. It's a lot of things that are trending on social media as far as Diddy's ex bodyguard Gene and Jaguar Wright, and a few other people coming to the forefront and talking about Diddy's behavior, and talk about, it was another surface clip was talking about Usher, and in the certain camps they went to when he was getting mentored, Justin Bieber. It's a lot of things going on. It's a lot of things happening. All this stuff is alleged, but it's a lot of more things that are coming out now that Cassie spoke about, with her relationship with Diddy. Cassie also talked about, because the statement was released, we all got to see all the things unfold recently, and it was talking about in 2012, allegedly Kid Cudi's car was blown up because Diddy was jealous of him and Cassie's relationship. Now there's also been another speculation about now Wale getting allegedly held over a balcony because of his because they was in the studio with Cassie. So it just a lot of things are starting to come out for real, and like, what I didn't like about this situation, because I'm just in the audience and just looking and observing just like everybody else and seeing everything unfold. What I don't like is that people are starting to just always victim shame. Cassie came out and said something brave about whatever, what was going on. She wanted to speak out about that. It's not for us to say, oh yeah, when should she have said that, or should be a time limit. It's serious things in this matter, and especially in that. Let's just take it off of Diddy. When you just had dealing with somebody probably with wealth, power, and a certain type of brand with themselves and how they move, you know what I'm saying? It may not be easy for you just to come out and say certain stuff. That's just what it is. So, but a lot of people, talking about it should be limitations. I mean, she said what she said. She said what she said. We're just the audience. We will see how it unfolds. It's looking wild right now, just based off of it looks more wild because as soon as this happened, it was settled immediately. So it makes a lot of people wonder and think that, okay, are these allegations and these things true? Because they were willing to settle so easily, and a lot of people was getting on Cassie about, okay, well, this is just a money grab. I mean, you call it as you may. I'm like I said, I'm looking at it. It just all the whole situation looks wild, but we can't just victim shame, especially we don't know what's going on. And then now you have a community of people that now are brave enough or courageous enough to come out and speak about their experience, all right, their alleged experience. So like we all as us as an audience, we just observing, and I'm observing. I'm just seeing, waiting to see what's going to happen, what's going on. Because it's been a lot of conversation, a lot of people just talking about, well, this is nothing new. It's a lot of interviews resurfacing, like I said earlier. So hey, we're gonna see. Prayers to everybody. Like I say all the time, prayers to everybody. All right. My question for myself and also the audience, at your age right now, what's the perfect gift? At my age right now, the perfect gift is something like the essentials. Like, as I'm getting older, the essential matters. Like socks, underwear, you know what I'm saying? Belt, cologne, wallet. Like, it's crazy because, like, over time, I start to appreciate those gifts more. You know what I'm saying? It's still a good gift, but, like, the simpler things, I feel like as I'm getting older, start to hold more value. Because as I get older, a lot of the material stuff it really don't move me anymore. Like, unless it's for, my podcast, it's less for my brand, something that I'm doing within my entrepreneur field, then yeah, that's good. Like, such as like if I had a tripod or somebody got me a camera or like something of that nature. But like a good gift for me nowadays is really just like the essentials, for real. The essential needs. Like I don't need nothing crazy or anything of that nature. You feel me? Like I'm to that point where I just want to give my son everything, give my child everything in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm at that point and just continue to give. Like so when I'm gift giving, I want to make sure to really go there. You feel me? To really go there to meet the expectations of whoever said person I'm getting a gift for. You feel me? Like something that they will appreciate as well too. So y'all let me know. Y'all let me know as far as that question. At your age, what's the perfect gift for you? What's the perfect gift? All right. Let's move forward. Let me talk about it. Lord have mercy. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I just know, like I said, Uncle Murder, the end of the year wrap up. As far as everything that's going on, you feel like it can't get worse than last year. Every year you hear the recap, but this year has been crazy. This year has been crazy. So now Jada is suing. All right, now Jada's suing. She's suing. She ain't playing. She's suing. Just things coming out about Will Smith. As far as like what's going on with within the relationship he had with Dwayne Martin. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. And one of the main teacher points to this is really because you see a lot of people coming out and speaking up on things that have gone on with other people. Like I just heard Tasha K, her assistant, over here talking about her. You know what I'm saying? Like you really got to watch who you employ, watch who you're around, watch who you become friends with, because that can really backfire. That can really backfire. That's another important conversation. It's just like being mindful of who is in your circle, who really has your back. You know what I'm saying? Who is really too envious of you. All those things matter because, like, when you spread information, when you start to talk, a lot of people don't forget these conversations, or they channel these conversations and they put that into a negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So when something happens, they could turn on you with a switch easily. Because it's a lot of people now that are coming on to Tasha K's show and they talking. You know what I'm saying? They talking for real. But like that's just another situation, man. I just want to be out the group chat on. It is. All right. Question of the day: which is the most annoying? All right. Which is the most annoying? Jam finger, stuffy nose, paper cut, or burn tongue? For me, it's a stuffy nose. Because I gotta be able to breathe. Gotta be able to breathe. One of the worst feelings is not being able to breathe. Like as far as the paper cut, the little cuts hurt the most. But I'd be cool with that. Jam finger, I know what that feels like for sure. Playing sports. Burn tongue, I never been one of the, especially like people that eat the food as soon as it get off the stove. Like I ain't never been that type of like drink hot coffee or something. So that's just wouldn't even be in the category for me for real. But stuffy nose, like that's the one that's most annoying. You can't breathe, like that's different. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. You just can't breathe. Your nose stuffed up all the time, man. I can't stand that feeling. You feel me? Mucus. Yeah. The feeling of being sick as well too is not it. But you already know the TheFaisonViewPodcast, man. Make sure you tune in. All right, real quick before I go though, I had to add this in. All right, what's your favorite Thanksgiving meal? All right, mine for me is macaroni and cheese and yams. You put them together, you mix them together, best food you ever have. All right, collard greens and ham. Like those are essential for me. Y'all let me know what's y'all favorite Thanksgiving meal. All right, turkey's not for me. That's a no-go. Like it's cool, if you know what I'm saying, but I'm not with the dry turkey. I don't, you know what I'm saying, that's good. I'm cool off of that. All right, cranberry sauce, I'm good. Chillings, you can do what you made with that. You could leave that at your crib. You feel me? You leave the smell at your crib. But I'm great off of that one for sure. I'm not a fan of like too many pies or desserts, so like I ain't big on that. But like ham, mac and cheese, yams, and collard greens, can't go wrong. You already know the TheFaisonViewPodcast. Much love.